हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल लाइफ विद अमृत बरार। आप सबका स्वागत है मेरे इस यूट्यूब चैनल में। आज मैं खड़ा हूँ कैलगरी की एक अमेजिंग बिल्डिंग में। दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम आई एम हियर इन स्टूडियो बेल सेंटर, लाइक नेशनल म्यूजिक सेंटर। एक बहुत ही अमेजिंग बिल्डिंग जो कि कैलगरी के हार्ट, दैट इज डाउनटाउन में है। यहाँ पर एक अमेजिंग वायलिन शो हो रहा है और उसके लिए मैं यहाँ पर आया हूँ। हम लोग कोशिशें करते हैं टू ब्रिंग कल्चर्स, कनेक्टिंग कम्युनिटीज टुगेदर इन कैलगरी। हमारे साथ खड़ी हैं स्टेफनी, जो कि काफ़ी टाइम से मुझे जानती हैं और आज इनकी वजह से मैं यहाँ पर हूँ। शी इज़ द डायरेक्टर फॉर प्रोग्राम्स एट नेशनल म्यूज़िक सेंटर, जहाँ पे ये अमेजिंग एग्जिबिट लगा हुआ है। और हमारा ये फ़र्ज़ बनता है दैट वी शुड मेक दिस, from our side, from our South Asian community, to come over here and see this amazing work these guys have done, कि ये सब हमारे लिए होता है कि ताकि हम आके इन चीज़ों को enjoy करें। So Stephanie, thank you for having me over here and inviting me to cover this amazing exhibit.
Yes, welcome. We're so pleased to have you.
So Stephanie, now what you do exactly over here?
So I'm the director of programs, and so I oversee everything that happens inside the building in terms of activation. So all of our education programs. In the next couple of weeks, we'll have 3,000 students come through for some education programs. We do residencies in our world-class studio. We do live performances, ticketed shows. We do public programming. I'm not sure if your audience can hear the violin in the background, but we have some live violin from the collection being played here inside the gallery. And then programming that matches with special projects like this very special exhibition we have here today.
That's amazing.
Music is one of the earliest forms of communication. Right. It helps us celebrate. When you think about it, it helps us celebrate. It helps us mourn. It helps us relax and focus. It's such a part of our lives that we don't necessarily even think about. But you can always hear a song and remember what you were doing at that point in your life. Right. I'll hear songs from decades ago and oh, that was in my childhood, or that was my university years, and it brings back feelings and emotions and memories.
Amazing. So how long this exhibit gonna be here?
So we just opened on May 3rd, and it will run until June 16th. Okay. And the violins will have to make their exit from Canada right before Canada Day and get back to Tel Aviv.
Okay, that's amazing. And is this event, what you're organizing, it's ticketed?
Yeah, so the Violins of Hope gallery that we're in right now is included with our general admission.
Okay.
So anyone can pre-buy that admission online or show up to our front desk. We're open every day, 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay.
And they can come join us.
That's amazing. And the live performances, what you were talking about, are they ticketed or they are included in the admission?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've created this wonderful suite of programming around this exhibit. So we have a couple very special ticketed events. The first one is May 26th. It's a Sunday. Begins at 7:30 p.m. It is ticketed. The artist is called, his name is So Called, and he's a Juno Award winner.
Okay.
And he's a hip hop artist that plays piano and accordion from Montreal, who is from the Jewish community. But he mixes hip hop with klezmer and folk, and he's bringing an international string quartet. So part of this collection, we have 60 violins, we have a viola, and we have a cello. And so his string quartet will choose 4 instruments from the collection, including that one viola and cello, and they will play them in concert.
Wow.
So those tickets are $54, and that concert, I mean, both concerts will absolutely sell out. So I encourage your folks, your audience, if they're interested in coming down, to snap those up quickly. The second ticketed performance we have is Sunday, June 2nd,
Right.
and that is with a lady named Lenka Lichtenberg, and she won the Juno Award in 2023 for World Recording of the Year.
Okay.
And she has created a project that has taken her grandmother's poems that were written in the Terezin concentration camp in the war and put them to music.
Right.
And she will be on piano, and she'll sing, and she'll be joined by 2 of Canada's most preeminent violinists, husband and wife team, Drew Jureka and Rebecca Wolkstein from Toronto.
Wow, this is huge. So it takes a lot of work, and we thank you so much, Stephanie, for bringing all these artists to our city. What is your message to our audience?
I just encourage you all to come to National Music Center. We are located at a very special place on the land. We're at the confluence of the Bow and Elbow Rivers that has been a gathering space for different groups and cultures over time. So it's very special for us to have Violins of Hope here to share that message of hope and how music can bring different cultures, different communities together. So that's what this exhibit is all about.
Thank you so much, Stephanie, for your time, and welcome to the show, Ms. Mani.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for connecting to the South Asian community, and we would like them to come here and look at your work, what you guys are doing, and thank you for giving us a few minutes to talk about it.
Thank you. Really, this is an incredibly meaningful and important exhibit that talks about the history, the Holocaust,
Right.
and the importance of music. And so, to have you wanting to do this with us today is a very special deal for us.
Thank you so much. So tell us a little about the program, like what it is all about, and how did you organize it, and what do you expect out of it?
Sure. Well, I'm actually co-chair for Calgary Jewish Federation's Holocaust
Right.
and Human Rights Department. And my co-chair, Delia Libin, and I, about a year and a half ago, reached out and to see if we could bring the Violins of Hope to Calgary. And it's a big deal. It takes about 2 years to get the violins
Wow.
to your city. And when they come, they actually just come in a bunch of cases that hold violins. That's it.
Right.
So everything you're seeing here today has been completely curated and developed by the National Music Center, StudioBell, which is extraordinary. And I think really what we were trying to do is there's so much hate and so much lack of communication and understanding in the world. We really wanted to do something that spoke to the transcendental nature of music. We can all speak different languages, but we can all hear the music.
Music is a universal language, right?
Absolutely. And this speaks to that, the hope and the healing and the love of music.
Thank you for your time, and what message you want to give to our South Asian community?
I would say please come down and come see the exhibit, but mostly come and hear it.
So हमारे साथ खड़े हैं मिस्टर ब्रैंडन, जो कि यहाँ पर जो सेंटर है उसकी देखरेख करते हैं, और उसके बारे में हमें कुछ बताएंगे कि ये जो फेस्टिवल चल रहा है ये क्या है और एग्जैक्टली क्या होने वाला है. Thank you, Mr. Brandon, for talking to us. So how you are associated with this music center?
So I'm the exhibition development manager.
Right.
So for exhibitions like this that are special exhibitions, they're only up for a short amount of time. Me and my team do all the research and write all the copy and organize how the exhibition is going to be displayed. So in this instance, we did everything from the ground up: the design, writing the label copy, doing research into historical events associated with some of the violins, and in some cases, we even found additional information that hadn't been known about some of the violins.
So I was just talking to the other person over here, and she said that all these violins took 2 years to bring in, right? And are these violins from all over the world or from one place?
So mostly they're from Europe. Most of the violins were made in Germany or belonged to musicians that either lived in Germany before the war or in other territories that were occupied by the Nazis during World War II.
Right.
But the way that the collection was started was actually in Tel Aviv, Israel,
Right.
which was after the war. There was a gentleman that named Moshe Weinstein who
Right.
moved to British Mandated Palestine in 1938, opened a violin repair shop, and after the war, other Jewish musicians who moved to the area no longer wanted to play on German-made violins. There was such animosity, obviously, between the Jewish people and Germany,
Right.
that there was a nationwide boycott on German goods.
Right.
So these musicians would bring their violins to Moshe and say, "I'm never going to play this again. Will you buy it from me? And if you won't, I'm going to just destroy it." And Moshe had a love for the violin, so he would accept these violins and store them in the basement, knowing he could never sell them again. Years later, his son conceived of the idea of traveling them as performing violins and exhibitions to tell the story of victims and survivors of the Holocaust.
Your message for South Asian community?
I think the biggest message is, especially from this exhibition, is a message of hope, a message of renewal, and a message of friendship and community. That I'm not Jewish, and I'm assuming that you're not Jewish, but that we can all appreciate other people's culture, that we can identify things in our present life and say, how can I be a better friend? How can I be a better neighbor? And where does music play a role in that? I think music is kind of the glue that holds us all together. It's something that we all appreciate and enjoy, and it builds communities.
That's huge. Thank you so much, Mr. Brennan, and I'll keep on seeing you more and covering your events in coming time.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for your time. तो दोस्तों हम लोग यही आपसे रिक्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं अपने चैनल के थ्रू, बेल म्यूजिक सेंटर जो है ये डाउनटाउन, हार्ट ऑफ डाउनटाउन, और यहाँ पर आएँ और इस अमेजिंग एग्जिबिट का मज़ा लें, बिकॉज अगेन वायलिन, यहाँ पर मैंने जो वायलिन देखा 230 साल पुराना, 100 साल पुराना, और अभी भी मतलब कि दे लुक लाइक अभी बन के आया है। तो आप देख सकते हैं कितनी दिल से उनको प्रिजर्व किया गया है, अच्छी तरह से रखा गया है। तो कभी कभी मौका मिलता है, क्योंकि हम लोग कई जगहों पे नहीं जा सकते कुछ चीज़ें देखने के लिए, लेकिन अगर वो हमारी सिटी में आते हैं तो हमें ज़रूर टाइम निकालना चाहिए और इनको देखना चाहिए।